Well, my schools were definitely integrated, and I looked at the newspaper, and my parents did some civil rights activity, so I was definitely aware of the issues. I had black teachers in my schools. I took a bus from Philadelphia to St. Augustine. Greyhound Trailways, something, I don't know which. And I remember getting off the bus, and there was a black man working in the bus stop, and he went by the name Rabbit. I don't know his full name, but I went up to him and I said, how do I get to Florida Memorial College? It clearly triggered, and he said, I'll get you there. I said, I can pay for it. I'll get you there. I taught junior high school math. It was tutoring programs that got set up for students who had been in segregated schools, and to try to educate the students. And that's what I did. I lived with a woman named Lucille Plummer, who was very active in the all the civil rights issues. She was very active. And I was staying with her. And outside of the house, actually it was right next to my bedroom window, there was a 100-gallon propane tank. And somebody put a beach ball full of kerosene under the propane tank and lit it. Now, as it happened, the propane tank was empty. The cap blew off, but it didn't explode, which was probably the objective. But a beach ball full of kerosene makes a powerful lot of flames. I mean, the flames were like 30 feet in the air. It was impressive, even though it didn't burn the house down. So it hit the newspapers. There were some theories that this might have been designated because there was a white girl living in this house. Or it could have just been targeted against Mrs. Plummer, who was a bulwark of the movement there. So I don't know. The FBI investigated. They wanted to talk to me about, any reasons that it might be directed at me. After this firebombing incident, my mother was very uncomfortable, and she wanted me to come home. My parents found out about the firebombing. My mother says the phone started ringing at 5 in the morning, and she said she had like 15 papers by 7 a.m. And they said, you have a daughter in St. Augustine, is she okay? And she didn't know what was going on. They said by 8 in the morning, my grandparents in Philadelphia had heard about it and called and says, Gail, okay? Whereas my parents had been pro these issues in general, other people in the family weren't. And they didn't understand at all. I was very determined to stay. I had issues with my mother in particular. My father said, well, that's the way we brought her up. She wants to stay. She should stay. My mother did not feel that way. And I had to take a stand. I didn't think of myself as great, but I definitely believed in the issues. I had seen discrimination, but I had not seen whites-only water fountains and things like that, and direct actions of violence, and I had, as you mentioned, had some non-violence background, where I had been in various kinds of demonstrations in the past, but I hadn't seen real violence like a firebomb, or I mean and that was just one incident. I mean, there were a lot of things that happened, and just to become aware that this is real. The experience definitely changed me, and I guess I have always been something of an activist. This very much taught me the power of nonviolence more than I'd been taught from my Quaker upbringing. That this is a major thing. I think we've made differences. We've certainly made differences, but I think we have a ways to go too. You don't see whites only water fountains. You don't around here. You wouldn't see a black person being a cashier in a grocery store. I mean, there's all sorts of things that have opened. So I think there have been changes. I don't think we've reached nirvana or anything.